Hello, welcome back to Wonderland Asylum. We are back with issue 46 of the Hachette Partworks release of Titanic, the ship, the legend. Okay, so after the discussion of toys and games in the last issue, what's in the magazine for this one? Well, Lady Duff Gordon, designer to the stars. So yeah, the whole magazine is about her and her styles and everything she designed. I believe she was one of the only affluent people to actually get off the Titanic. I could be wrong, but I'm sure I read that somewhere previously. Her label was called Lucille, apparently. Oh yeah, there we go. The only eminent passenger to survive the Titanic. So I was right. There were, of course, some eminent passengers who didn't board, such as Mr. Hershey, the chocolate man. Again, some people say that if you were part of a certain clique, you were warned not to board the Titanic, the Olympic, whichever. Obviously, the Astors, Sir Cosmo, Duff Gordon, the Strausses, they were not part of the clique, apparently. But there we go. And then we're on to the instructions. So, what's in the box for issue 46? So what's in the box? Don't adjust your television sets. You're not having deja vu. It's the exact same, but for the port side. So again, we have the decking. We have the horrible brown envelopes, but I'll spare you my rant on them this time. We have 2 more lifeboats, which will be used later. And then, of course, hopefully I'll make less of a mess of it this time, and I'll be a bit clearer with my instructions. We have the davit pieces. Now again, see what I mean? It's very, very easy for these bits to get stuck inside horrible brown envelopes because they're made of paper, they're far more porous, things don't slide out as easily. But in this one, aside from the davit pieces, we also have another winch. And this time, we have the first of the benches, which looks just like that. It's nowhere near the nice photo etch benches you get with the KA set or what was the other one? The KA set, and I can't remember what the other upgrade set was, or any of the 3D printed efforts. But still, it's perfectly sufficient for what we have. A nice black wash or something would pick the planks out nicely. But I'm going to sort all these pieces out and get the deck back over, and I'll be back in just a tick. And as if by magic. Again, the first thing we're doing is putting the deck piece down. So, again, I showed you exactly why I put glue on in the last issue, because you get bits of decking popping up. Now in this one it won't be just as bad because you have a bench that's going to pin it down as well as that winch, but I'd rather not have to deal with my deck peeling up at all. So I'm going to be putting the PVA/wood glue on here. Now if you have Gorilla Glue, I would certainly recommend using that. Me, it's just regular PVA glue, because I have a 6-year-old and she likes to make paper mache stuff. 90% of it goes in the bin when we're done, but still, she likes to make it, so you need to have a constant supply of PVA glue. Very crafty little one she is. Not just in the arts and crafts sense either. No. Some of you who watch this have met the child, and well, you know better than anyone. She is me in miniature. Truly is an inspiration to me. She really is, every single day. That's one of the reasons why you're not seeing the Millennium Falcon build on my channel, is the two of us do it together, and at this point I am not putting her videos involving her on YouTube. So, yep, there we go. So let's... missed a bit. Right. So, again, if I can get the deck backing to peel off. It's funny, it sticks really, really well to the paper backing. It doesn't stick so well to the model, but there we go. And again, fortunately we have the davits to help us with the lining up, because it's a very nice, snug fit. Again, get my clamps out. And clamp it down. So again, a lot of these bits are going to have the davits holding them on anyway, but still it's good to clamp them down just to make sure you get as little peeling as possible. Ideally, I would like none, but yeah. These aren't bad clamps, or obviously they're not the best. I bought them out of the range just purely for this model, to be honest. But they do reasonably well. They do a reasonably good job of holding everything on. So, I'll move this to the side, and we'll get on with building, again, the davits. Now, hopefully I'll be able to provide a bit more of a comprehensive guide this time. But again, the pictures are very, very washed out, so it's difficult to kind of tell exactly which bit they're wanting you to use. So, they've got this davit here, looking like that. That is part J, and then it's part D, which I think is the other one. It is, yes. It's difficult to tell because it shows you the parts, but it doesn't tell you which one's which, because of the only way to tell is where the pins are positioned. So part D is the one where the pins are positioned thus. So again, test fit. The two pins go into the two holes, the only way they will fit. And the cutaway section in the corner fits around the pin in the corner there. Now again, tells you to glue it on. So a little bit of super glue in both the pinholes. Now bear in mind the davits are going to face the opposite way to they did last time because it's on the opposite side. And these, the front two davits, the way they've got the model is so the front two davits are swung out to hold the lifeboats out over the side of the ship. Okay, so that's the first one, and that's what it should look like. Then the next one looks like this. Okay, so taking the other davit with the diagonally opposed pins, it's going on the back side. So again, the cutout there is for that nub. So it'll go onto the middle two holes. This hole and this hole. Just line the pins up with the holes. Make sure they go in all the way. That one, the hole's a bit small for some reason. So I'm going to get my pair of pliers and press it in. There we go. That was a tighter fit than normal. And then on the other side, it's one of the horizontally opposed pins, which are labelled 46G. So again, goes into the 2 pinholes on the other side, just like that. Again, line the pins with the holes, and that's it. You will get lots of super glue all over your fingers in this point, just to let you know. And then, okay, with this point to the right hand side, as you're looking at it, the davits with the horizontally opposed pins, like that, they go on the back, like that, okay? And it's the same on both of these ones. It just matters because of the angle the davits sit at, that's all. If you put them in the wrong side, it's going to sit at the wrong angle. Now again, that one's quite stiff going in its hole. So again, pliers, a little bit of gentle encouragement, and then it goes. Same on the other side. The other pin wasn't too keen on going in its hole either. Okay. And then the davet with the vertically opposed pins. Goes in here. I think the picture has snookered me again here. This is why I don't put too much glue on, so I can pull things out if I need to. And I need to here, because the picture has rather stuffed me. Yeah, be very careful, because that picture is very misleading. 2 seconds and I'll be back. Right, okay, so the picture in the magazine is actually going to have you come a cropper. If you look very, very closely, you can see one hole slightly bigger than the other. Line the big pin up with a big hole. Don't listen to what the magazine's telling you, because it's telling you to put them in the wrong way. So, big hole, little hole. Big pin, little pin. In like that. And the way that one goes on, the horizontally opposed goes on with that pin to the right hand side. Not what it tells you in the magazine, it tells you to put it in the opposite way. And that was true in the last issue, but not this one. It's a bit of pain in the backside, because it meant I had to pull the other one apart, but it's fixed now. It did mean I had to go and have a look and go, kind of, what the heck is going on here? But there we go. That's all the davits done. Fantastic. So now, all we're doing is again, building our bolts. And apparently the tarpaulin bit should clip in to the top. And again, pieces that hook them into the davits. So that's us now at 4 bolts we have. So these were, I think these were among the first to be launched because they're the front of the boat deck. So again, I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the forward bolts were the ones to be launched. Not sure. Again, there's all the bolts. Let's bring the deck back over and mount the davits, and hopefully this time, well, this time it's even worse, the lifting on the deck. You'll see what I mean when I take these clamps off that haven't worked at all. And this is exactly why I put the glue down, because the sticky back stuff is absolutely horrendous. It doesn't work at all, doesn't even try half the time, and then you're left with a horrible scabby looking deck. That's not even remotely held down properly. And this is with PVA glue having been added. So you can see there what I mean about the deck lifting up. And that, again, as I say, what I tend to do is I'll leave the PVA glue sitting for about an hour beforehand before I bring it out. So, what we do need to do is add our winch, which goes in here. And then our bench, which goes on the floor. Now, which goes back here. It may need glued, I'm not sure. Let me see. Strange angle on the mounting points, but hey oh. There we go. Then we start fitting the davits to the boat deck. So again, big pin goes to big hole, little pin goes to little hole. You need to be really, really careful with these ones, because I say one of them I've already had to repair because of the instructions being wrong, but either that was the way I was reading them. But looking at it, they were pretty plain in what they were wanting. They've just got it the wrong way around. There we go. And finally, the last one, right at the front. Perfect. Yes, so I'm going to assume that the bench does in fact need glued in. No problem. A little bit of glue. A little bit of glue. There we go. That is how that side of the boat deck is looking, and you can see there the lift that I'm talking about. So what I'm going to actually do is blop super glue underneath it all the way along that edge, because if wood glue ain't going to hold it, super glue sure bloody will. Apologise for the tradesman's language there. I'm sure you can understand my annoyance. There we go. Fantastic. So yeah, that is how the boat deck is looking so far. It does look phenomenal. I must say, I'm really, really impressed with how this model is looking. Again, a few problems with the decking, but other than that, it is superb. Fantastic. Okay, so that's us for issue 46. What's coming in issue 47? The roof of the first class lounge with the decking, a couple of other details, and it says foil sticker. Wonder what that's for. And some screws. I'm assuming we're going to be screwing that to the deck. Now that, if I can just show you, I'll show you where it goes. That is going to go just there. So it'll get screwed into that part. Here, another big bit of white gone. Yeah, really liking this, really looking forward to seeing it grow. As I say, I've got up to issue 52 sitting here. So another 6 issues. Hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am. So, yeah. Any feedback, comments, criticisms, complaints, drop them below. Please do leave me a like, it helps the channel out massively. And do comment, as I said before, if you've got anything you want to share. Consider subscribing to the channel as well to be notified of future videos. But yeah, that's us for issue 46. Join us for issue 47. Many thank yous. Goodbye. And as always, peace out.